Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, sushidragonmasters, and today I'm going to do my January wrap-up. So in January I kicked off my reading year by reading 4 books, which is good because my goal for this year is to read 50 books, and that keeps me on my goal. So let's get into the wrap-up. The first book I read in January was The House of Hades by Rick Riordan. This is the 4th book of the Heroes of Olympus series, so I'm not going to really say what it's about because it's the 4th book of a series. But basically, I was already spoiled for the series, so I knew a lot of what was going to happen in here, so I didn't know if I really liked it or not, so I just gave it a 4 out of 5 because I did enjoy some of the things that happened in here, although I feel like I want to give it a lower rating, but at the same time I'm not sure if that's just because I was spoiled first, so therefore I don't really know, like nothing really surprised me. But I think the writing was a little bit better in this one than the first 3. I don't know, Rick Riordan in his 3rd person writing just isn't the best. He's way better at 1st person, but this one I just feel like he made the story go along a little better. Like, it didn't just randomly go into a different person's head and then have nothing happen in those chapters. Things actually kind of happen. I mean, it was a little bit more slow, but it is just a middle book in a series, and those kind of tend to, not be as action-packed as like a first or a last. So, those are my feelings. The next book I read in January was Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Now this one is about a girl and a boy, and they had just broken up and they really felt like nothing else could happen that was bad, and then their planet gets invaded and they're all forced to evacuate onto these spaceships, and a lot goes down in here, and I honestly was not expecting to like this as much as I did. I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5. I am not the biggest sci-fi person, but I loved this, so I really recommend this one, because if me, who doesn't really like science fiction, liked it, I think a lot of other people could too. It is written a little bit differently than most books because it's formatted through computer files, which might be a little confusing at first because you have to pay attention to dates that things were sent so that you know what day it is, and you need to pay attention to who's sending who what the file is. But yet it works that way because once you get to the end, you understand why it's formatted that way, and I honestly loved every second of this, and the ending just, I need the next book, and I have to wait. I'm not quite sure when the next book is coming out. I know it's coming out this year, but I don't know when. Next book I read was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. This is about a girl who has this disease where she's pretty much allergic to everything, so she can't really go outside. She can't really be exposed to too many new things. But then a boy moves in next door, and then they start like emailing back and forth. And I really enjoyed this book. I felt like it was a fun read at the time. It didn't really leave a big impression on me, but fun reads are fun, and I gave this one a 4 out of 5 because it was a fun read and I really enjoyed the writing. It was very well written. It actually had a little twist ending, which I wasn't expecting, and it was really cute, although I do wish we got a little bit more of a clear ending, but contemporaries hardly ever have clear endings. They usually have open endings so that you can imagine what happens next, but I kind of wanted a little bit more clear than it was, just like in Eleanor and Park. You just want a little bit more clarification on what happens. The last book I read in January was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is about a girl who comes from like a family of psychics, but she's not psychic, and then the Raven boys come in, and the girl, her name is Blue, she's basically always been told that if she kisses her true love, he'll die, and then she finds out who that is, and then she meets him, and then I'm probably explaining this really horribly, but I gave this one a 4 out of 5. I love Maggie Stiefvater's writing. She has an amazing writing style. It's very slow-paced and mysterious, which really fits this story very well. Like how in the Scorpio Races it was slow-paced, it just didn't have that mysterious vibe because it wasn't the Raven Boys, which actually is a little bit mysterious, but she can write slow-paced without being boring. So I really enjoyed this book. I really want to read the next one. I really want to catch up before the 4th book comes out in April. Yeah, it comes out in April. Ooh, that means it'll come out around my birthday, so I can get it for my birthday so that I don't have to spend money on it. That's fun. Yeah, I do recommend this series as well. Even though I've only read the 1st book, I still recommend this one because it's just so good. So that was my wrap up, and I will see you guys Monday, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see when that video comes up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!